Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. All right, I'm going to say this real quick. The real truth is going to start coming out, and it's going to be the Black American women that's going to tell the truth, and their motivation is the hustle. They're writing books now, and this woman has a book that she's writing called The Child Support Hustle. They've never sided with us, and they assassinated the character of the Afro man. They helped the racist system go against the Afro man. They helped promote the negative image that the Afro man did not deserve because of the men that they really love, which is the ones coming out of jail and stuff. And then, to be smart, they act like they don't know why all of this is happening. All right? Well, we are going to continue to reveal how the BAW has been assassinating the character of the good Afro men. And it's why the Afro men and Black men are leaving the BAW alone. All right? So y'all seen this clip, some of you. All right? And to some of you who are new, I'm going to present this. Let me greet everybody real quick. Worden hardu gudag, olo oite bem, vasas los bonjour les amis, kedabawani konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jambo habaragani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. Okay, y'all remember this.
Can somebody explain to me exactly what Black women did to make damn near every race, even a lot of our own Black men, hate us?
Okay, now you see the smirk on her face? She's not really serious. She don't want to know. She thinks she's about to slap Afro men in the face, right? This was a rhetorical question. And she says this all tatted up with weave on as she has a baby crying and laughing and giggling in the background, meaning that she is a single mother. Okay, and trust me, she's a single mother, y'all. All right, and so with the smirk, she didn't expect this as an answer.
Sure can took advantage of government assistance. Kicked us out of the house. Joined the feminist train and demonized your men. Allowed billions of dollars every year to exit our community on fake aesthetics of beauty. Praised and joined homosexual men while demonizing heterosexual men that assert themselves. Took our children away from us and used them as bargaining chips to further financially disenfranchise us. Used sex as a weapon in our intimate relationships to get what you want. Became the only women in the world to tell the world that they don't need their men. Perpetuated the trope that Black women are the backbone of Black communities, which directly implies that Black men have no spine and are useless. Continually pushing the narrative that Black women are the winners of the oppression Olympics while not having any metric of which they are treated worse than Black men. Allowed their weight to slip such that sexual attraction is diminished. Hot girl summer. Engaged heavily in prostitution, legal sex work, OnlyFans, etc., and then demanded that your men protect and respect you. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I can make a part two.
Okay, so now we are going to cover all of these assertions that he made with the evidence. See, I replied to this with the evidence, telling people that it was right. And the first thing that happened was Black women blocked the video on TikTok and had my channel suspended for a couple of days. All right? Because they don't want people to see the evidence. All right? So let me say this. For educational and historical purposes, we are going to show the evidence here. This is data by the U.S. government and organizations that look into all of these things. These are going to prove his assertion correct, and it's going to prove that the BAWs, the Black women in America, decided to assassinate the character of Afro men. One, as a deflection tactic, but two, as plausible deniability for all the wrong that they have done to the community. And when you look at the numbers to the damage that they have done to the community, you can come to the conclusion that they alone, the BAW, alone are the ones responsible for the condition of the community and why it's so effed up and why we decreased in numbers and we are now going extinct. Okay? So, with that out the way, that's the beginning, right? Let's get into the evidence. But first, I keep getting to do this is because these issues are so serious. But this channel don't make any money, nothing like that. So all the stuff that we're doing in the communities to help children and at least make a little better life is coming from my pockets and the pockets of others and those who would like to donate. Okay, so my Cash App, PayPal me will be in the description box, along with the links to all the data that we're going to go over. I've been putting these links in almost all my videos because we need to hammer this home. These women have been assassinating the character of the Afro men because they wanted an out. They don't even want an out because they really don't give a damn about the community. If they gave a damn, they would want to change, but they don't. What they want to do is make the Afro man, or blame the Afro man for their bad choices. Make the Afro man responsible for a community that they warred against good Afro men. They went to war against good Afro men and sought to destroy the Afro men in every manner possible so that the real truth would never get out. Remember, a lot of us aren't making money on YouTube and stuff because they're the ones that that tagged our channels and had them taken down. A lot of us are having a hard time expressing or having a voice because they, the BAW, are the ones that have been tearing our channel down. Not only they, but the simps and those who supported them. Because even though we're speaking the truth, these guys do not like when we speak in the best interest of children and the community because they solely worship the booty of the BAW. All right, so let's break this down. Okay, so now as we get into this character assassination of the Afro men, the reason why our community has been in free fall has been abortion, specifically abortion. This is on something that only black women can do. All right. And in Michigan, right? In Michigan, they were destroying 50% of the children that they were birthing in Michigan. All right, this was 2018. It got worse in 2019. All right, in 2020 in New York City, they killed more babies than they birthed. All right, so that's the first thing. Think about this. So if you got women that support killing more babies than they birth, that support destroying the Afro community by making sure that we will not be able to repopulate ourselves. Think about how deep that is. That think that we don't need no man, we don't need no good men, that actually advocate for the destruction of Afro men. A lot of BWs advocate for the destruction and total annihilation of Afro men. They do it on YouTube. They do it on other media. And you know what they do when people point it out? When the men point it out, they block them. They make sure they don't get a say. And then they continue to use racist comments and push for the actual annihilation of Afro men. And because you can't block them after they blocked you, because you can't report them after they report you for telling the truth. So they'll report you for putting up the statistics. They will call it hate speech. Right? They will call the truth hate speech. You know, the same way the government is doing. Right? And so, brothers don't realize that these women chose to go to war with good Afro men and to destroy them by any means necessary When you look at the numbers and tally up the destruction that is going on in the community, we are not reaching our total population replacement rate because of abortion. We'll show you the significance to this in a minute. 51% by race. That's more than, 51% is more than what they birth. So they're birthing 49%, but they're killing 51%. All right. They count, overall, BW's counted for 37%. 37% of abortions. It's probably higher in 2021. All right. This is the total number, 62 million. And that was from 1973 to 2017. All right. When you count 18, 19, and 20, you add 857,000, 888,000, and 876,000 to that. And then multiply it times 37%. And keep in mind that these tallies do not count California, Maryland, that's Washington, D.C., and New Hampshire. So this don't count those 3 states, California, Maryland, and New Hampshire. And already you're talking about 24 million. Over 24 million. Because if you add possibly California and Maryland over this period of time, you're going to get close to the 62 million lives that black women have taken. That's more than anything else that's killed us in the United States. Okay? All right, so then they tell you that this is all they have to offer us. Not peace, not tranquility, not none of that. A body. A body that's really not uncommon. All right? It's just a body. And what's happening is you got a lot of weak-minded men that worship the body. They don't even worship the woman's face. They worship the body and the fact that she got melanin. All right? And you got the reason why these women have this plausible deniability is because of weak, moist, talent-minded men. All right? That worship these women because of the body, that say they would do anything for the body just to have sex for one night because of the body, and not think about the damage that uniting with these women are doing to the community and children in particular. Because the more you start looking into things, the more you understand that nobody gives a damn about our Afro children. We ain't talking about the white people because it's not their job, unless they're the women having our children. But it's sad that you can get in a relationship with somebody outside of the Afro community, outside of the black community, and they treat you better than you would ever get treated if you're a good man inside that community. Because those women are at war with the good men. It's almost as if they're at war with God himself. All right? And so, you see these numbers big and bright. 37% black. White is 34%. Hispanic is 22%. All right? Don't let them get away with why. Why? Personal choice. Incest, and rape is only 0.3, and the mother's life 1.7. You can freeze that chart again to see. And even though it dropped among all other groups, you see it, and this is according to the New York Times, 2019, right? And July 6th, right? Black women continue to have the highest abortion rate. Now, I want y'all to understand this. People want you to you got black leadership wanting you to get rid of the means by which Afro men can protect themselves from a country that had enslaved them, developed a police force, understand this, to be slave catchers. That's how the police force came to be. And they want that man to be unprotected, right? And so when you look at the CDC, they got the so-called black community all up in arms about what's going on with gun violence, but that's not the most violent thing happening to the black community. When they totaled up over the same period, gun violence versus abortion, gun violence isn't even close. All right, but Hot Girl Summer. All right, he mentioned this. Hot Girl Summer and dissing good men. All right, that they make their bodies bad. Oh, and they decided to become 304s. And during this Hot Girl Summer, they went out and gave it up to all the thugs and thug thizzles and stuff, to the point where they continuously did it over and over. And so a bunch of black women who did a study found that, yes, 59% of black women have multiple children from multiple fathers. And we didn't say other people didn't do it, but look at the distance between them and the Hispanics, which is 35%, and the white, which is 22%. They are at 59%, roughly 60%. All right? And what's happening is that they assassinate the character of the black man. They assassinate the character of the Afro man, the indigenous, the aboriginal man. Why? To give themselves an out. But as they assassinate their character, it turns out that we are not the cause. The child support hustle. This woman wrote a book. She's doing the thing, right? Why are they coming out? Because they know stuff is effed up. And since people are ready to read the truth, even though they've been lying most of the time, they said, well, we're going to make money off of telling the truth and putting the data out there. All right, we already did the job and destroyed the legacy of Afro men. We destroyed their image in the United States, but their image is making a comeback because the men said, you know what, F this, we're leaving. Now, as you look at this, the study that found 61% of men who fathered children with multiple women have served some time in jail. That's all men included. But if you separate the so-called Afro men from this number, it goes up by about 10 more percent. All right, and this is compared to 28% of men who fathered children with only one woman. And it poses a problem for children, but that isn't the only problem that it poses. All right, so instead of smart guys, say like a man like myself, these women, these BAWs don't want me raising my child to be smart and intelligent. They don't want me raising a child where they don't have to worry about a roof over their head. They made everything about money, and they think they're it because the Caucasian system is giving them money, indoctrination, and money. And they don't understand that money is to further destroy the Afro community. Let me take that back. They do understand it. They just don't give a damn. All right. So they understand that. All right. And so when we talk about this, this is the attitude that they have. All right. So when he said hot girl summer and stuff, that's the attitude that they have. When you look at the stuff that's killed us, and let's go to homicide, homicides don't even come close to what the BW have done by herself. Now, keep in mind that the homicide, black on black crime, is male and female. And let's just say it's mostly male, 70%. All right, but let's subtract that. It's because let's subtract that because with all these children being killed by their mothers, with 71% of children who are murdered by a family member or murdered by their mother, and maybe help from Pookie, but not by the father. The father's 29%. All right. So when you look at this, they blame us for the damage that they are doing. Look at this, 363 annually. 363,705 annually. And this is in the black community. All right. They want you all up in arms about guns and stuff. All right. Child support, way better than a dad. That's the mentality of the BW. All right. So they took the children, used it as a tool. He broke it down. I'm just giving you the evidence to what he said, because he did that on TikTok. So he couldn't put all this data up here. All right. This is every last one of his talking points. This is the evidence of it. Child support. Because that's all they want from us. All right. If you marry them, they're going to divorce you. They will divorce you. If we're going to use probabilities, the probability of them divorcing you within 5 years is in the 70%, 50 to 70% for black women. All right. And that's that. We're going to redo that one too, because that's shocking. All right. And they have this mentality. Child support, how they say, securing the bag, securing the bag. That's the mentality. And that's what we need to leave alone. At the end of the day, just because they're melanin don't mean they're for you. And these are turning out to be our worst enemies. The melanated. The so-called melanated. Y'all better understand. They think ramen noodles is a meal for you. You better take them to Red Lobster. Brothers, everything that dude said boils up to this. The brothers already know who are following the Hebrew way. The Afro-Indigenous, the Afro-men know. You black men, it's time for you to save yourselves, black men. Because we are targets of the system, and these women who are more a part of the system than they are of a community that they want us to be involved with. Let me repeat that. These women are a part of the system that's trying to destroy us. So she's the right-hand person. All right. And she'll use her body and everything. She already got dudes worshiping her body. All right. It's time for them to wake up and save themselves too. With that said, I'm out.